Hello everyone, I would like to welcome to all to my class. In this online sessions, I'm going to discuss about one more important topic here, important chapter. The chapter is functions, right? Function in C language. Not only in the C language, in every programming language, this topic is there, this chapter is there, function. Sir, what is the meaning or is it a very new word to us? No, because several times in our discussions in the C programming, frequently we are using these functions. Why? Because observe here in this program, three types of functions are available. One is main function, CLR functions, and getCH functions. And I hope you know what is the purpose of these functions, right? So this function terminology is not completely new. It is a old one, and several times in programs we are using a lot of variety of functions. Printf, scanf, also functions which are frequently used. But here, those functions till now what we have studied, that is that function is already available, already designed by somebody. Already those functions what we are using in the program, printf, scanf, all are designed by somebody. Only in our program we are using it. Since it is already generated or designed by somebody, then it is called predefined function. Predefined functions. So this function is generated or designed by the father of C, who is Dennis Ritchie, right? Dennis Ritchie and the team, they have developed all these functions. Then, sir, which type of function we are going to discuss? We are not going to discuss about the predefined function. Already these functions are there. We are going to discuss about such functions, which functions the user is going to create. Okay, which functions the user is going to create. Remember, by using only the predefined functions, it is impossible to develop a complete softwares or applications. So in every programming language, there is a concept of predefined functions, which are regularly we are using and developed by the developer of this programming language. And also the concept of user defined function also available. That means based on the requirement, the user is going to develop some functions. Then this kind of function is called user defined function. User defined functions. Very simple, user defined function. Sir, what are the examples? What is the examples of predefined function? Just I told several examples. Just I have shown you three functions available in that blue screen: printf function, printf, scanf, getch, etc. etc. But what about the user defined functions? So based on the requirement of user, we are going to use some functions in the program that is nothing but called as user defined function. Sir, suppose I will give one function named sum. Function name is sum functions. This is not predefined functions. It is going to be created by the user, sum functions. So sum functions basically what it will do, it will add some numbers, two numbers or three numbers, and it will display the result. Similarly, if I'll give one function name factorial, that means this function will be calculate what is the factorial of a particular numbers. So function name can be anything. The user defined function name can be anything. But remember, what is the task we are going to perform? Based on the nature of task, we have to give the name. We have to give the function name. Sum, it should do addition of two numbers, three numbers, or n numbers. Factorial, the function should find out the factorial of a number. So factorial functions, we are giving the name. It should not calculate whether the number is a prime number or even number. No, because task and name should be matched. Then it is a better way to represent the user defined functions, right? The task of the function and the name of the function should be matched every time. This kind of things is recommended, right? But user defined function name fully depends upon the user can give anything, any name user can be given, but we have to follow the identifiers rules. What is the identifier rules? The function name should not be start with any numbers, it should be start with alphabets. Then alphabets. Special symbol also not used except underscore. Then some identifier rules are there we have to follow while choosing the function names. So basically two types of function, predefined and user defined, right? And here one more things I'll tell here. Every predefined functions having three parts. It contains three parts. What is the first part? First part is a declaration of functions. Second part is calling of the functions, and third part is definition of the functions. Okay, definitions. So here printf, scanf, getch about this function. So here in the program I'm writing printf, that means I'm calling to the printf functions. I'm using scanf, that means I'm calling to the scanf functions. But the definition of this printf, scanf and getch functions already written by the Dennis Ritchie and its team, and they have kept in the header files. Several header files they have kept. But here in the user defined functions, the user has to take care about the three sections or three part. Declarations, that means what is the function name. Based on the task or purpose, you have to give the function name. Then you have to call that functions, and for execution of that task we have to write the definition of this function. So three things we have to take care in the case of user defined function. Every user defined functions what we are going to use or what we are going to create, every user defined function should contain these three parameters or three parts or three sections, right? Declaration part, calling part, definition part. Otherwise we cannot create successfully or cannot use a successfully user defined functions. So I will give more clarity on that. What do you mean by declaration, what do you mean by calling, and what do you mean by definitions? Just this is a basic idea about the functions. Sir, what is the functions? Suppose I can write here some definition about the function. Function is a small program. It is a small program. Function is a small program. Okay, function is a small program. Second point, what? These functions we can also called as, okay, we can also called as procedure oriented procedure oriented programming. This function related to related to these functions, we can other name we can give that it is the procedure oriented program. Procedure oriented program, in short form we are calling it as POP, procedure oriented program. Second one is what? It is also called as a lot of names are there. It is also called as okay, module, or we can say it is subroutine, okay, module or subroutine or subprogram. Okay, so like this several naming conventions for the functions are there, but generally this name is very much famous. Function is the name is very much famous. Function actually a small program inside a program is the functions. Very simple things. I'll give one example. Suppose I want the output like this on the screen. I want to output like this. What outputs are? First some star line will be there, then welcome will be there, okay, then again star line will be there, then welcome to function, welcome to function, then again star line will be there, right? Now I will write a program so that it will print like this output. Observe very simple things. So this is main function is there. I'm writing here integer I. Okay. For I equal to 0, I less than suppose 12, 12 star I want. So 12 I plus plus, right? I plus plus. Printf star. Okay, printf star. Now after the star line, I have to print what? Welcome. So write printf welcome, welcome, or puts, you write better, puts, write better, puts, puts welcome. Then again star line is required, so again the same line here will be copied to here. Yeah. Okay, after this one, again what I'll print? Welcome puts, sorry, welcome to function, functions, right? Welcome to function. Again after that, again this line is required, star lines is required. So I have again copy paste here, printf, right? Now if I'll execute this program, so here printf star, na, here one more slash. Okay, I'll execute first. Alt F9, 3 errors. Declaration syntax error. Has include, has symbol is not there. Okay, has include. Alt F9, Control F9. Now see, oh, output came like this, right? Okay, no problem. What I will do after star, I will write here printf slash n, okay, for new line, and here also printf slash, sorry, slash n, right? Alt F9, Control F9. Now see what output I have shown you in that white screen, the same type of output printed here. But observe this program. For the star line printing, 3 times star line is printed right now in the black screen. 3 times star line is printed. For the star line printing, I'm using this piece of code. Okay, this piece of code I'm using for I equal to 0, I less than 12, I plus plus printf star. So if these two lines will be execute, then 12 star will be printed. In the same way, same line I copied here. Where? Here at this position. Okay, same code again copied here, and again here same code also again copied here. 3 times same code I am writing here. Suppose I want 50 times star printing means I have to write for I equal to 0, I less than 12, I plus plus printf star 50 times I have to write. So same code repeating, it is not a recommended way, it is not a smart program writing. What is the alternate solutions? Sir, can I write one time and use multiple time? Can I write one time this particular 2 lines? Can I write one times and I can use number of times or requirement number of times when it will be required, right? Then for that I will take the help of the function. Okay, na? So I will take the help of the function. I told function having 3 parts. First I have to declare the function void. Don't worry, I will tell in details about the function. Just for the sake of understanding, I am giving the example. Star star, suppose function name, because star printing na, so based on that function name, this star here, right? Star. then what I will do, definition I will write here. Same void star star bracket start What is the definition I'll write? I want to print star. So this two line is printing star. So what I will do, I will take this two line and I will write inside the definition part. Now in the inside the definition part I written, now bracket close, over, program almost over. Now what I will do, I will delete this two line here. I will also delete this two line here also, not required. One time I told, now one time can I write one time and use multiple time? Yes, that kind of arrangement I am doing here, and that kind of arrangement is possible by the help of function only. Now see, this is the void star function and this is the definition part, and this one is the declaration. This one is the declaration. This term is the declarations, but calling part is required. So I told, whenever it is required, I will call that function. So here star line is required, I will call the star function. At the beginning star line required, so at the beginning I called star functions. Then at this after welcome again star line is required, so once again you call star functions. Then at the end also star line is required, sir, here also you call star line star functions, right? Now see, all defined. Any error? One error. Where is the error? Undefined symbol I. Okay, oh, I is here I have written, so shift delete, write I here, because here inside the star function I is there na? So integer I. Alt F9, control F9. Now see, same to same output, but difference between the previous program and this program is what? I have written this for I equal to 0, I less than 12, I plus plus printf star only one time, and written inside a function void star, and whenever it is required to print the star line, I called that function here star one, I called here, and I called here to star one. Whenever I calling the functions, it is going to the definition part, and what is available inside the definition part, that part is executing. So right now in this definition part, printing 12 star is available. So 12 star is printed when I'm calling this star one here, star here, and here also same thing star, here also same thing star, right? So right now in this particular example, this is the declaration, this is calling, star is the calling, 3 times called star here. So you can call n number of times based on your requirement, but definition written how many times? Only one times. Like printf function definition is written one time by the Dennis Ritchie, but we are using the printf function in the program multiple number of times when it is required by the user. In the same way, definition of every user defined functions can be written one time, but it can be called n number of times based on the requirement. Right now 3 star line is required, so that's why 3 times I called it star star star, but definition is one time only, and declaration is must here. Declaration I have done here. Okay, without declarations it cannot be run, error will be displayed, but other ways, other methods are there, we will discuss later. This is the example of a program. So what we learn in this session, sir? In this session we learn this one, we learn that function is the function, it is a small program used to do particular task. It is a small program with another program. It is a sub program or subroutine or structure. It is a procedure. It is a self-contained block. Self-contained block, it is a module. Why self-contained block? Because we are writing the definition inside the curly bracket starting, inside the curly bracket ending. So it is a self-contained block. That's why the definition is like this only. So I hope this concept understand to you what is the meaning of the functions. In the coming classes, I'm going to give more clarity on these functions. I will in details I will explain what is the definition, what is the declaration, and what is the that calling parts in details, and with that I will solve a lot of programs on that function. So till then, you take care and bye.